Picture this. The economy crashes, shelves empty, and people rush into stores not for gold, not for fancy gadgets, but for the most ordinary household products you've probably walked past 100 times without thinking twice. When times are stable, these items cost just a few dollars. But in the middle of case, they'll spark arguments, fistfights, and full-blown riots because suddenly everyone realizes they can't live without them. This isn't about stocking up on high-tech gear or investing in expensive prepper supplies. It's about the overlooked essentials, the things retirees on fixed incomes rely on daily, the bulk items large families grab at Walmart or Costco, and even the small comforts that young adults don't notice until they're gone. History shows that when systems collapse, whether it's a hurricane, a blackout, or an economic freefall, the fight for survival starts with the basics. The question is, will you be the one scrambling for scraps or the one who already saw it coming and quietly prepared? Today, we're revealing 13 ordinary household items that could turn into priceless treasures when the world turns upside down. Stock up now or risk fighting for them later. Emergency barriers and light in the darkness. When the power grid fails, the first thing you'll notice isn't hunger or thirst. It's the crushing darkness. A blackout during a full-blown collapse can stretch for days, even weeks. Flashlights are great until the batteries run out, and fancy solar gadgets don't always hold up under pressure. That's why emergency candles shoot straight to the top of survival must-haves. These aren't decorative candles you grab at a home goods store. Survival candles are designed for long burn times, steady light, and reliable performance even when everything else fails. During Venezuela's rolling blackouts, people hoarded candles like gold, trading them for food and other supplies. A simple flame provided comfort, safety, and the ability to cook when modern tools failed. Candles also have a psychological benefit. In the middle of chaos, a flickering light calms nerves and keeps children from panicking. They can even deter looters when placed strategically near windows to give the appearance of an occupied home. If you're smart, you'll stock up on different sizes now: tea lights, jar candles, and tall emergency sticks. Pack lighters or storm-proof matches alongside them, because when the lights go out for good, those who prepared with candles will keep living, while others stumble in the dark. 2. Water jugs and storage containers. Survival's lifeline. Clean water isn't optional. It's survival itself. In every crisis, from the hurricanes to economic collapse, bottled water vanishes in hours. But here's the catch. Cases of plastic bottles are only a temporary fix. What you'll need long-term are gallon jugs and food-grade storage containers. Think ahead. Once the taps run dry, where will you get your next drink? A rain barrel, a nearby stream, or maybe an aid truck. Without clean, sealable containers, you won't be able to transport or store what you find. During Hurricane Harvey, many families lined up at relief stations with buckets and detergent bottles, unsafe, leaky, and contaminated. Those who brought gallon jugs were the ones who stayed ahead. These containers aren't just for storage. Fill them before outages to freeze and keep food cold, or pack them away flat until needed. Once chaos sets in, they'll be gone from shelves faster than bread or milk. Preparation is simple. Grab a dozen food-grade jugs now, wash them thoroughly, and label them for water only. It's a tiny investment that could decide whether your family drinks clean water or risks disease in the middle of a collapse. Cast iron skillets, cooking that lasts forever. When society stumbles, fragile non-stick pans and thin aluminum pots won't cut it. Enter the cast iron skillet, a tool so durable it can outlast generations and perform flawlessly on a campfire, grill, or makeshift stove. Unlike trendy cookware, cast iron thrives in rough conditions. You can drop it, scratch it, or throw it directly on burning wood, and it still delivers. That makes it a survival powerhouse. From frying meat to baking flatbreads, cast iron handles it all. In disaster zones like post-tsunami Indonesia, families with cast iron cookware kept eating properly while others struggled with warped pots and flimsy pans. What makes cast iron especially valuable during collapse is its longevity. One skillet properly cared for can serve a family for decades. Add in its ability to retain heat, perfect for stretching scarce fuel, and it becomes obvious why people hoard them. The downside? They're not stocked in abundance anymore. Stores push modern cookware instead, leaving cast iron in short supply. Smart prepping means grabbing one now, seasoning it, and practicing with it before crisis hits. Because when chaos begins, reliable cookware won't just feed you, it'll keep you sane. For bulk soap dispensers, hygiene that saves lives. In a collapse, the fight for survival isn't always about food. It's about staying healthy. When sanitation breaks down, disease spreads faster than hunger. That's why bulk soap dispensers, the cheap plastic pumps you hardly notice in stores, become a survival essential. Think about shelters after natural disasters. Crowded, tense, and unhygienic. One person failing to wash their hands can spark an outbreak of stomach bugs, skin infections, or worse. During Hurricane Katrina, aid workers improvised hand washing stations because proper dispensers had vanished from shelves. The results? Illness spread quickly through already vulnerable communities. Dispensers make a difference because they limit waste, prevent contamination, and make it easy to distribute soap under stress. Bar soap gets slippery, dirty, and wasted. Open containers get contaminated, but a pump dispenser ensures every drop counts. Preparation is simple. Buy bulk packs of dispensers, fill them with cheap liquid soap, and mark them for emergency use only. In normal times, they cost almost nothing. In a collapse, they'll be priceless, because fighting sickness with dirty hands is a battle you can't win. 5. Manual coffee grinders. When caffeine becomes currency. It might sound strange, but coffee becomes more than just a beverage when the world falls apart. For many, caffeine is both a comfort and a necessity. During Venezuela's collapse, coffee wasn't just a drink. It became a black market currency. But without electricity, electric grinders are useless. That's where manual coffee grinders come in. A sturdy hand crank grinder turns raw beans into a lifeline. It keeps daily routines alive, boosts morale, and even provides a powerful barter tool. Imagine trading a bag of freshly ground coffee for medical supplies or extra fuel. Suddenly, caffeine isn't just a pick-me-up, it's leverage. The trick is choosing wisely. Decorative grinders won't cut it. You'll want stainless steel models with solid cranks that can handle years of use. They're compact, portable, and tough enough for daily grinding. Stocking one now means avoiding the chaos when withdrawals hit and desperate shoppers strip shelves. Even better, keep an extra grinder in your prep stash. Because in a world where small comforts matter, controlling the coffee supply might just keep you one step ahead. 6. High-strength sealing tape. Holding it all together. Most households keep duct tape around, but when disaster really tests your home, ordinary tape won't cut it. That's why high-strength sealing tape, like vapor barrier or foil tape, is a prepper's secret weapon. This tape isn't flashy, but it can seal drafts, patch flood leaks, reinforce tarps, or even fix cracked water containers. During the Texas freeze in 2021, families who had sealing tape managed to insulate their homes and hold heat in, while others struggled with makeshift towels and cardboard. Unlike standard duct tape, sealing tape withstands extreme temperatures, moisture, and heavy strain. Contractors use it daily, but hardware stores rarely stock much for the public. In an emergency, whatever's on the shelf disappears instantly. Think about what's at stake. A single roll could be the barrier between your family and freezing air, pouring rain, or contaminated water. Prep smart. Add several rolls to your emergency kit now, stash extras in your car, and guard them carefully. In a collapse, this cheap item transforms into one of the most valuable tools you own. 7. Plastic storage bags. Protecting what matters. When disaster strikes, moisture and dirt ruin supplies faster than you think. That's why durable plastic storage bags, freezer-rated zip bags, or vacuum seal packs become lifesavers. Survivors of Hurricane Katrina swore by them. While others lost documents, clothes, and even phones to flooding, those with sealed bags kept their essentials safe. Bags also simplify rationing. Divide food into portions, store batteries separately, or keep matches dry. Their transparency lets you organize gear quickly in stressful moments. They're cheap, light, and take up no space until needed. But here's the catch. Stores don't carry endless stock. When panic buying begins, every pack disappears, leaving shelves stripped bare. Stock up now in multiple sizes. Protect food, gear, and electronics before chaos ruins them. Because when everything else gets soaked or contaminated, your supplies will stay safe and dry. 8. Heavy-duty work gloves. Protecting your most valuable tools. Your most important survival tools aren't fancy gadgets. They're your hands. In a collapse, broken glass, sharp debris, and heavy lifting are everywhere. Without protection, one deep cut could mean infection and disaster. That's why heavy-duty work gloves are priceless. These aren't garden gloves. They're reinforced, cut-resistant, and built for clearing rubble or carrying lumber. During Hurricane Sandy, families with proper gloves kept working safely while others suffered injuries. When medical care is scarce, prevention is everything. Gloves also make essential tasks easier: gathering firewood, building barricades, or fixing vehicles. They extend your endurance and keep you functional when every task is survival critical. Stores usually keep only a few pairs in stock. In an emergency, they'll be gone instantly. Prep smart. Buy multiple pairs now and stash them in cars, toolkits, and supply bins. Because if your hands fail, every other plan crumbles. 9. Canvas drop cloths. The survival multi-tool. Hidden in the paint aisle, heavy-duty canvas drop cloths look unremarkable. But in a crisis, they're survival gold. Unlike flimsy tarps, canvas is tough, reusable, and quiet, making it perfect for dozens of emergency uses. Need privacy in a crowded shelter? Canvas works. Need insulation during freezing nights? Canvas traps heat. Need durable cover for outdoor cooking, broken windows, or makeshift tents? Canvas handles it all. FEMA shelters use them for partitions, sun blockers, and medical dividers after disasters. They're washable, free of toxic coatings, and last far longer than plastic sheets. Families during the Texas winter storm used them to block drafts and conserve warmth, while those with only plastic watched it tear apart in the cold. Best of all, they're cheap now, usually under $20, but when crisis hits, they vanish instantly. Stock several while stores are calm, roll them up, and forget about them, until the day comes when canvas turns into the most valuable fabric you own. 10. Disposable cutlery. Hygiene without water. When water stops running, washing dishes becomes a health hazard. One dirty fork can spread bacteria in crowded shelters or cramped living spaces. That's why cheap disposable cutlery, plastic forks, knives, and spoons turn into survival essentials. After Hurricane Maria, aid kitchens in Puerto Rico relied on disposable utensils to feed thousands. Why me? Because they eliminated cross-contamination. With reusable utensils, even a poor wash could spark outbreaks. But single-use cutlery meant safety and efficiency. In a collapse, families will fight over them in the party aisle, realizing too late how important they are. Stock bulk packs now, seal them in waterproof bags to keep them clean. In normal times, they're an afterthought. In a crisis, they're the difference between eating safely and risking sickness. 11. Rubber plant pots. The unexpected utility container. At first glance, they're just garden supplies. But oversized rubber plant pots, those black 2-3 gallon containers, become lifesavers when buckets and bins are gone. They're durable, lightweight, and versatile. Seal the drainage holes and you've got storage for water or dry goods. Leave them open and they're perfect for small-scale gardening. In Venezuela's collapse, balcony gardens and pots provided food people could eat or trade for essentials. They're also stackable, making them easy to store in bulk. During a shortage, you'll see shoppers grabbing them by the armful. But by then, it'll be too late. Buy a few now while they're cheap, because when shelves empty, you'll wish you had a sturdy pot to grow food or carry supplies. 12. Metal storage cans. Indestructible containers. Plastic cracks, glass shatters, but metal storage cans endure. Typically used for paint or industrial liquids, 5-liter cans with airtight lids are survival powerhouses. Need to store fuel safely? Metal cans won't melt or leak. Need to keep rice or flour rodent-proof? Metal seals tight and blocks pests. In Lebanon's fuel crisis, people traded metal cans just to carry gasoline. Their durability turned them into high-value barter items. Cleaned and prepared, they can even double as cookware over an open flame. Few containers are this versatile, yet stores don't stock them in bulk, so expect them to vanish instantly during panic buying. Get them now. Label each for specific use, fuel, food, medical supplies, and stack them in your prep space. In a collapse, you won't be asking where to store things. You'll already have the toughest container money can buy. 13. Washboard and laundry basics. Old school cleanliness. When the water or power grid shuts down, washing machines become useless. Dirty clothes pile up, and with them comes bacteria, skin infections, and a growing sense of misery. That's when an old-fashioned washboard transforms from a forgotten relic into a survival essential. Simple, durable, and low-tech, a washboard allows you to scrub and wring out clothes with minimal water. After the 2010 Haiti earthquake, aid groups distributed washboards to displaced families, and they became a lifeline. Clean clothes weren't just about comfort, but about preventing disease. Pair a washboard with a collapsible basin or sturdy bucket, and you'll have a functional laundry system even when utilities are gone. Add a stash of biodegradable soap, and you'll stay ahead while others struggle with foul, bacteria-ridden clothing. Stores don't carry many, and most people don't even think of buying one until disaster strips away modern convenience. Prepare now, and you'll avoid the unpleasant scramble later. The quiet essentials that spark chaos. When society falters, it's not always gold, weapons, or gadgets that people fight over. It's the simple, ordinary household items, the candles, containers, and cloths that suddenly become priceless. History proves it. Time and again, in disasters from blackouts to economic collapse, it's the basics that keep people alive. For retirees on fixed incomes, large families trying to stretch budgets, or young adults learning to save, preparing doesn't have to be expensive. These products cost only a few dollars now, but when the shelves go empty, they'll be worth more than you can imagine. The choice is simple: plan ahead or fight later. By stocking up now, you not only protect your family, but also gain peace of mind. And in the chaos of collapse, peace of mind is priceless. So take this list, check what you already have, and quietly add the missing pieces to your pantry or storage room. Because when the day comes that people are pushing and shouting in the aisles, you'll be the one who walks away calmly, prepared, secure, and ready for whatever comes next.